Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to again see a custom login form. Before starting the video, let's go and see a quick demo of the login form. Yes, so this is the demo of the login form which we are going to do today. Here we have instead of labels we have the icons in this login form. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing so you won't miss any future content. Now let's start the video. Yes, now you can see I have created one folder. Inside that folder I have index.html as well as the CSS file, and here we can link the CSS file as well. Let me add the HTML content and then we can have explanation on that. Yes, as you can see, I have added the content. Here we have one simple card which we are saying login card. This is a parent card which we are going to have. And inside that you can see we have three divs, each div having this separate thing. First is for header, then content where we'll going to have the input text boxes. Then we have the actions where we'll have the button. Okay, so let's expand this as well. So for the header we have one span calling it as login, and in the content we have two fields. Okay, so each div we have for each field. Okay, first is for username. If we expand this, we can see input type text, which is for username, and then the next one we have for the password, so we can see type as password. Okay, and lastly for the in login card actions we have one button calling it as login. Okay, and we can see a preview as well, and in the preview you see only login and text boxes we have in the button, but we don't have the icons over here. Okay, how we can add the icons? We saw a few videos back in the CSS, but today I will going to show one more easy way to add this. Okay, so we have a link over here, fonts, Google fonts. From their icons we have, if I go back, this is the demo which we just saw. So let's go to this link and we can see here we have so many icons to use. Okay, these icons you can either go ahead and download it as SVG or PNG. That way also it works, or you want directly that link, you can download that as well. Or here is the span. Okay, span method which we are going to use now. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to go back here, and this particular link, the style sheet, we need to copy. Okay, I'll provide this into the description so you can directly copy from there. And in order to get these icons, you can go to this particular link which we have here, fonts.google.com/icons. Okay, you'll find the icons there. So let me add this in the head here, and I have added this. And in order to use that, what you have to do is you need to come here and then say span tag, and inside that write a class name as material icons, and inside that write whatever name you want. So in order to, like, you have to write a name in order to get the icon. So let's see the names. Okay, so for search, you see inside the span we have only name as search. Okay, if you say search, it will going to appear over there. Okay, so let me say search, and you see the search icon came, but we want a user one. Okay, so for the user, what you can do is you can search user, and you see it's calling it as person. Okay, if suppose like two names are there, like account and circle, this is a single name. Okay, that time how the name will be there? So if I click here, scroll down, you see account underscore circle. Okay, so if you try to access this with a space, it will not going to work in the span as well. Okay, so you need to follow this naming convention whatever they are providing to us. Okay, so but for now we want a person one, so I can go ahead and write person here, and I can get the icon. Okay, same thing I want for the password as well. Password, I need a lock one. Okay, so I can just change this to lock, and I got the name. Okay, so this is how you can add the icons over here. Okay, so we added our HTML content here, and let's jump into the CSS and see how we can modify this. Yes, so let's start with the removing the margin and padding from universally. So margin 0 I'll say, and then padding 0, so it will remove the spaces. Then let's target the body because we want this card to be in center, so I'll target body tag, and I'll say display flex. In order to center it, you can do display flex, justify content center, and also align item as center. But it's not center because we don't have much height. Okay, so we can provide height as 100 VH, and you see it's coming into the center now. So we got it center. Let's go to the login card and let's apply the width and as well as the colors as well. Okay, so I'll say width we want as 350 pixel. Yeah, that's fine. Then background, let's say black color. Yeah, we are going with the black color. And border radius, okay, let's say 5 pixel. And we got the curves over here. And then what we can do is we can target our header, okay, because the name, you see, we are not able to see the login. So I'll copy this login card header and let's paste it here. And let's say some padding first, let's say 20 pixel. Yeah, and let's say color first, okay, because we are not able to see that. Yeah, now we can see I have done like hash FFF, or you can say white color as well. It's up to you. So we can see login, but it's a very small font size. So let's increase the font size as well. Okay, I'll say 28 pixel. Yeah, that's fine. And I want to change the font family as well, which is font style, but not for header, for everything whatever we are doing. So I'll go for body and I'll say font family Arial. This is the one. So the font is changed now. So yeah, so let's go to the other one, which we have the login card content. Okay, so for this, let's copy this one, and I want this width to be 80%. Okay, so I'll just say 80% first, and let's have border for now to see how exactly we are getting this. Yeah, now you see we got the border 80%, but I wanted it to be center. Okay, to center it, what we can do is we can say margin auto, it will move to center. Okay, so what it means is whatever remaining width is there, it will apply on the both left and right side. Okay, so that way it will work. So I'll just remove this border. We saw it's centered now. So let's remove this border. And yeah, now we can see it's centered. Now the next thing we have to do, we need to make the text boxes properly, and also you can see the icons are not visible. So we need to make icons also white color. Okay. So for that, what I'll do is I'll copy this login card field class name, and with that class name, I'll try to target the span tag. Okay, and I'll say color as white color because we want that, and I want to increase the size as well. Okay, so for size, what I'll do is scale up. I'll do, okay, so I'll do 1.2, or let's say 1.5. Yeah, it's 3 is fine. Okay, or let's say 5 is fine for now. We'll change it later. Then what we want is we need this text box to be 100% width. So this is also, I will do the same. We have the login card field. In that only we have input tag, so we can directly target with that as well. Okay, so I'll just copy this, target that, and let's say width as 100%. And you see now we are getting like this. Okay, but you see this is coming into the next line, but I want in the same line. So what I'll do is for input card field, I'll apply flex. Okay, so this is the parent for both span and input. I'll say display flex here, and yeah, it's coming here. And I'll say gap. Okay, gap property we saw, if you want some space between the components or the elements, right, we can use this. And you see it's very much attached to it. Okay, so I'll say margin bottom 20 pixel. Let's see. Yeah, so that's fine. And for header as well, let's provide some margin bottom 20 pixel. Yeah, that's good. So we are getting like this. Now we need to just modify the input tag as well, so it's not currently modified. So let's do that. So I'll say height as 30 pixel. Yeah, it's increased now. And you see this particular icon is going up. Okay, so we don't want to be up. We need it to the center. Okay, so wherever we apply flex, we can say there align item center, and it will center it. Okay, you can see the difference. Okay, I'm just comment down and uncomment it. You can see in the right side the difference, how it's moving up and it's moving down. Okay, so with the align item, we can align both the items properly over there. And let's say input tag we have applied 30 pixel height, and apply background, I'll say transparent because I don't want the background, so it will look like this. Now what I'll say is I don't want any border as well as the outline, so I'll say border and outline none. So you see it's clean up. Now I want only border bottom which is 2 pixel solid white. Okay, this is also white. Now you see we are getting such a nice effect, but if I write something inside that, it's here. Okay, the only thing is it's black color, we need to change it to white color. So I'll say in the input the color should be white, and if I write something, the color will come. Okay, and also I just want to increase the size as well, so let's say 16 pixel. Yeah, now it's fine. And what I will do is whenever it's focusing on that, right, if I click here, it means focus. Okay, so that time I just want to change the border bottom color. Okay, so I'll say pseudo selector focus and border bottom 2 pixel solid green. Okay, so if I click here, see the color is changed for the border. Okay, so if you want, you can use the dashed also, that will also a nice effect. You see, like this it will going to come, but let's stick to the solid only. You can give it a try, few other things on that, that will be nice. And I'll say in the input, right, padding left, because if we try to add something, it's very much attached to the icon. Now we can see some space coming. If I don't do, it's going to the left side completely. Okay, so that's why I need some space. So I'll say padding left 5 pixel inside the input tag. Okay, so now I think our text boxes are ready. Let's work on the login button now. Yeah, so I'll copy this class name for login button, login card action. And what we can do here is I'll say display flex. I'll do, because I want to move it. Okay, I want to move this button towards the right side. Okay, I can use float as well. Okay, if I use float, let's see what will happen. Okay, if I use float, right, now you see it's going there, but if I apply any padding and all, right, it will work. Okay, but again the thing is, if I add something after this button, it will going to come on top of the login. Okay, that's the disadvantage of the float. Okay, but this kind of thing we can achieve with the display. Okay, so I'll say display flex, and then I'll say flex, no, justify content, I'll say flex end. Okay, so it will go over there. And from the padding perspective, I'll say it from top and bottom 20 pixel, and from left and right side I want it as 30%. Okay, 30 pixel. So I think the button is set. We just need to provide the CSS to the button. Okay, the button class we have did, but not on the button. Okay, so let's target button, and let's say width as 100 pixel. Yeah, and then height as well 30 pixel, and then let's increase the font size as well. Okay, it's very small, let's say 16 pixel, and now it's looking good. And background we can apply. I want to apply crimson color, and then we have to apply the color or change the color to white. And you see some border is as well there. Okay, some black border and all, so I'll do border none as well as outline none. Okay, so now you see it's completely gone, and let's say border radius for 2 pixel. Yeah, now it's looking good, and we have our button. And one more thing, if I hover over it, it's showing this cursor like this, but we want a pointer cursor. So for that cursor, say pointer, and you see pointer cursor we are getting. And here what I want to do is I want to have a effect. Okay, once I hover over it, it should scale up. Okay, so for that what we can do is we can just copy this one and apply it here, and say pseudo clause as hover and scale to 1.2. Okay, or 1.1, let's say. So if I hover, you see it's scaling up. But one more pseudo class we have. Okay, if you click, okay, if you click also, it should change the CSS. Okay, so for that what you can do is let's copy this button again, and let's do it on 70, like after this hover. Okay, so I'll say active. Okay, so active means whenever you click, or if a anchor tag is there, it will show where you have went just now. Okay, if you went to some anchor tag and come back, it will show you just went to this, so that's an active one. Okay, so if you use this one, you can change the color as well for the anchor tag, but for the buttons you can have some other CSS which will apply on a click. Okay, if I click here, you see I'm clicking on this, but nothing is happening. But the moment I apply active and apply some CSS here, it will going to apply on that thing. Okay, so what I'll do is, see here, I'll say scale down 0.9. Okay, when I click it, the scale should be down. Okay, so now you see this is the effect we are getting. So I clicked, so it's going down. Okay, So this is the effect you can get with the active one, but you need to make sure that it should be after hover. Okay, if it's before hover, it will not going to work. Okay, so I'm clicking on this, but it's not working because the hover is the first priority, because it's coming into the last. Okay, the active is first, that's why it's not applying. So you need to make sure this class should be after hover. Okay, whenever you are applying hover and also active, that time you have to make sure. If you are only applying active, you don't need to make sure anything. Okay, it will going to work. So this is how it's working. And now you see, we need to have background as well. The white color currently we have, but in the demo we saw a black color in the background. So let's go to body, let's scroll to the body and apply the background as black. So I'll say #00, that is also a black color. Okay, but once I apply black color, you can see we don't have any border or anything. Okay, so we can't differentiate what is the login form here. Okay, so for that, what I'll do is, we have the login card. Okay, for this I'll apply box shadow. Okay, so I'll say 00, 20 pixel I'll apply, and I'll say white color. And now you see we got the box shadow, and we can see this is our login form here. Okay, and also if I go to the demo again, here you see it's rotate some points. Okay, so some degrees it rotate, so we need to rotate to some degrees. For that, what we can do in the login card only, we can say transform property, and we say rotate, let's suppose 5 degrees. Yeah, 5 degrees is enough, and it's rotated now. So yeah, according to the demo, it's rotated now. This is the one. But you see one more additional thing, we have this particular line, this white line. How we can achieve this, let's see. Okay, let's go back, and after this, right here we have 3 divs. Inside that only, like inside the login card I'm doing. Okay, the not in these 3 divs, outside of the 3 div, I'll say one div. I'll say class name as bottom line. Okay, let's copy the class name as well. Let's go into the bottom of the CSS to apply this. Yeah, so I'll say width as 200 pixel and height as 20 pixel. It's there, just that the color is not there, that's why it's not applied. So I'll say white color, and you see this is coming here. Okay, but here we need to set it like cross. Okay, the rotate we have to do. So for that, what you can do is transform rotate, and let's suppose 30 degrees. Yeah, it's coming, but we need to get it outside. Okay, what we can do is margin left, let's see, 30 pixel. No, we have to just increase it little bit, 40. No, 35 is enough, I guess. Yeah, and margin top minus 20 pixel. Okay, no, yeah, this is fine. The only thing is, you see, it's visible here. Okay, we should be make sure that it should not visible if it's going outside of the card. Okay, so for that, what you can do is, we have the login card right over here. We can say the property as overflow hidden. Okay, so what overflow hidden will do is, whatever login card we see, this is the square, right? So whatever is coming outside of that, it should make sure it should be hidden. Okay, that we can say with the overflow property. So this is the login card here, and if I say overflow hidden here, okay, it will make hidden, and now we got the effect. Okay, so yeah guys, this is about the custom login form. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you like it, and if you want to stay updated for the future content, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. See you in the next video. Thank you.